ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ, ಸಂತಸದಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes sir. Yes teacher. Present ma'am.
Hello, good morning children. How are you all? Welcome back to the class 8 second language English. Yes, these kids are ready to my class. Are you all ready? Yes? Yes then, without taking much time, let's continue the unit 6, all the world as stage, in this second session. In the first session, already we have discussed how Sai Paranjipai's life had been changed and her childhood, everything we have discussed. Let us continue to know more about Sai Paranjipai. Are you all ready? Yes. Before that, look at this. Never stop watering the tree. Here which tree they are talking about? And I will give you a clue. This tree is very important tree in our life. Everybody must have this tree and everybody must water this tree for each minute. See, I am giving more build up to this tree. Why? Because I have told you this is most important tree in our life. Yes, this is what the tree I was discussing. Which tree? The tree of brain. We must water this tree with knowledge. Each minute we should learn something. Never stop watering the tree. That means we should never ever stop learning. Children, never ever stop learning. Keep on learning, keep on studying at your home, right? Shall we go further? Yes. Yes, he has come with a notebook and a pen. Is he giving any assignments? No. Let's see what he is going to say. Hello friends. Okay, he said hello friends. Then what do you want, my dear? Oh my God, he said I have done my homework. How about you children? Have you done your homework? He has done his homework. Hope you have done your homework and also you got corrected by your teacher. Is it so? Yes then. Come, let us all check what he has written. Okay? Yes. Here is the first question I gave you for the home assignment, that was describe how grandfather and Sai enjoyed each other's company. Hope you have written the answer. Let us check what your friend has written. Shall we? Yes. The grandfather and Sai enjoyed each other's company as playmates and friends. How? By skipping, walking, talking, joking, etc. While they were walking, grandfather asked some simple mathematical questions and also related fables to her. But Sai naturally preferred the fairy tales. This was the usual sight seen in the neighborhood of Sai Paranjipai. What they were doing? Grandfather and Sai Paranjipai used to walk every day. At the time, Sai Paranjipai used to enjoy with the grandfather, and grandfather used to ask some mathematical questions and Sai preferred the fairy tales always. Then second question was, why was grandfather very much impressed by Sai's story? Well, how? Let's see. Once while walking, Sai told a fairy tale full of fun with dragons, princes, talking parrots and hidden gold. The complete story was her imagination. Such a little girl, she made the story by herself. So the grandfather was impressed by Sai's story. Look at this, how beautiful it is. This is the incident which changed the life of Sai. So hope you have written this answer also, right? Shall we go for the third one? Yes. Here is the third question. What was Sai's first published book? Yes, come on children, say. In her childhood itself, in her early life itself, she has published a book. Can you name that book? Yes, the book is Mulanchameira, a book of fairy tales, which means my dream child or my favorite child. How beautiful she is, right? In the early life itself, in the childhood itself, she has published a book, Mulanchameira. Then we have the fourth question, which has changed the life of Sai. That is what? Describe the incident in the library. Hope you have seen in the last session how the incident has changed the life of Sai in the library. Let us see. One day, Sai stepped on a book by mistake. As she rushed into the library, her grandfather became very angry. He ordered her to stop right there. He said that she had done a great mistake. He told her to ask forgiveness of the book. Unknowingly, Sai has stepped on a book. Suddenly, her grandfather has become very angry and asked her to ask forgiveness of the book. So, she bent meekly and she asked forgiveness to the book with folded hands. This what we have seen in the last class, isn't it? Hope you have written the same answers in your notebook. Then got corrected by your teacher. Shall we go further? Yes. Before going to that, look at this. Yes, glossary. What he is searching? Can you think? Yes, he might be searching the new words which we are going to discuss today. Let us know now the new words along with their meanings and their usage which we are going to learn today. Shall we? Yes. Here is the first word. Can you pronounce it? My dear children, it is not jeered. It is not jeered. It is to be pronounced as jeered. How to pronounce? Jeered. What is jeered then? Can you guess? I will give you a clue in Kannada. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸು ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಬ್ಬ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು ಕಾಲು ತಪ್ಪಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಜಿಯರ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಮ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲಾಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಮ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಮಾಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಅವನ್ನ ಅಪಹಾಸ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಗೇಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಜಿಯರ್ಡ್. ಎಸ್, ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ರೇಸ್. The participants are going to reach the destination, but one of them has fallen down. So, what do we do at him? We should not mock at him. We should not laugh at him. Then, don't jeer at the person who came last in the race. It's very unkind. And also, I am telling you, this is the undesirable quality. You should leave it off. Fine. Shall we go further? Yes. The second new word is crumpled. Most of you have done this. Crumpled face. Yes. Crumpled, the exact meaning is crushed ಅಥವಾ ಮುದುರು ಸುಕ್ಕು ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. But here in this lesson, show signs that one is about to cry. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಅಳ್ತಾ ನೋಡು, ಈಗ ಹತ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ನೋಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, that is what crumpled here. Look at her face. There is no tear at all, but she is about to cry. ಈಗ ಹತ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Then when we see in the usage, her face crumpled when we told her that she could not come with us. ನೀನು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಬರಬೇಡ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ she is about to cry. She got disappointed. Look at her face, you will come to know. Then let's go to the third word. Third word is about glumly. Most of you have faced this. Most of you have this expression always. Glumly is nothing but gloomily or sadly ಅಥವಾ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಕಾದ ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಡಿದ ಮುಖ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಮಂಕಾದ ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಡಿದ ಮುಖ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎಸ್, he is totally glum. Why he is glum? Let's see. He sat glumly as it was his last day of his college. He was going to miss something in his college, so he was glumly. The next word is sidelines. Hope everybody has seen this sidelines. Where? In the sports field. Let's see what does it mean. Area just outside a sports field is called as a sidelines. Have you seen the sideline? Yes, here it is. So the arrow mark is there, no? Which is in the white colored line, that is the sideline which can be seen in the sports field. Let's see what she is doing in the sideline. She sat by the sidelines of the football ground and watched her friends playing. Then let's go further. Cast a spell of magic. Look at this sentence. Cast a spell of magic. When I hear this expression, I really come to know, I really remember Swami Vivekananda, because he is such a powerful man with his speech. Win over or attract someone with a speech or story. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಿನಿಂದ, ಸ್ಪೀಚಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟೋರಿಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್. ದೆನ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ posture. Yes, Swami Vivekananda cast a spell of magic in Chicago conference through his powerful speech. Fascinated. How wonderful word it is. I am also fascinated. Why? We'll tell you. Look at this. Fascinated is nothing but attracted, akarshitanagu anta. Here, look at this beautiful picture of Taj Mahal. How fascinates it is. Really, this fascinates everyone. The Taj Mahal in Agra is the most fascinated place in India, isn't it, children? Yes. Then, steed. Hope everybody wants to see this. Hope everybody wants to have a ride on this. Steed is nothing but a riding horse. Look at his riding horse. Who is he? In the olden days, grooms were brought on a real steed for a marriage ceremony. ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗೋ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ರೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೀಡ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಎ ರೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್. Then children, we have come across many new words, their meanings and also usage. With the help of them, now let's continue to read the passage or the paragraph where we have stopped in the first session. Where we have stopped in the first session, do you remember? We have stopped in the 11th paragraph. So today let us continue with the 12th paragraph in the page number 98. Okay, and there is a key. Hope you have observed. Reading is the key to learning. If you stop reading, then that means you are going to stop the learning. So always have the reading habit in you. So let's read from the page number 98. Are you all ready? Yes. Open the page number 98, 12th paragraph. Shall I start? Have you sat with your books? Fine. 12th one. It was not fun for her always. She was a bit plump and her mates used to make fun of her. She is Sai Paranjipai. Let's see what Chandu is saying. You cannot run with a Sai, jeered Chandru. And Meera, you make our team weak, said Meera unkindly. Then Devayani, never can you keep yourself active. You are too fat, added Devayani. Like this, they were jeering at Sai Paranjipai. Then, after listening to them, Sai's face crumpled and she sat glumly by the sidelines, watching her friends laugh and play happily. But she was disappointed for a moment. Then suddenly, soon her face brightened. She cried out, "Ha! I know of a lovely game." What was that game? It's a magic island full of hidden treasure. Then suddenly, what happened? The mates, those who are playing in the sports ground, they came near to the Sai Paranjipai. The mates who were playing gathered around her to listen to her story. In no times, she cast a spell of magic. They not only listened to the fantastic story, but were also ready to take roles and act as she directed. This went on not for a day or two, but for the whole week it has gone up. Like that, she cast a spell of magic on everyone. Those who have rejected her, they used to come to Sai Paranjipai to listen to the story. Then, Sai was always fascinated by many things in her childhood. One of them was doll's wedding. This you must know. This is a traditional game played by Maharashtrian girls. Then look at the doll's wedding is going on. How beautiful it is. This is played in Maharashtra, children. Children conduct marriage there of a bride doll and a groom doll. Mantras are chanted as like in our real marriage. There also mantras chanted in doll's wedding. Gad, Jaggery, I mean Bella, and Poha, beaten rice, I mean Avalakki, are shared. In our marriage function, we used to have lunch after the marriage. Here in the doll's wedding, they used to give this jaggery and beaten rice. As a child, she said one day, "Mummy, you never let me have any fun," complainingly. Mother said, "All right, you want a wedding? Well, you will have one that you can never forget." On that day, when she came back from school, the whole house looked like a marriage hall. Then, before she could say anything, she was dressed like a bride's mother. The band arrived, the groom rode on a real steed. All the children of the locality took part. the bride was brought with all religious chantings. Then the last paragraph, 17th one, the mother that day so fond of drama grew up to become one of India's leading filmmakers and theatre personalities, that is none other than living legend Sai Paranjipai. So this is what the text from the 12th to 17th we have read, isn't it? Hope you have understood bit, right? We have come across new words. With the help of them, we have read the text till now. Now, I am going to give you a task. Here, I am going to give you some statements. You need to tell me whether they are true or false. Shall we? Yes. Just identify the following statements whether they are true or false. Sai looked very athletic. What do you say? Whether she looked athletic? Yes? Is she looked athletic? No, my dear children. She was very plump. Then the statement is wrong. Sai used to tell fantastic stories to her friends, isn't it? We have read in the paragraph that Sai used to tell fantastic stories to her friends, isn't it? Yes. Even as a child, Sai had published a book. What do you say? Has she published any book? Then tell me which book she has published. Yes, Mulancha Meira. Then the statement is right. Then the fourth one, Paranjipai was a senior wrangler, isn't it? Who is Paranjipai? Paranjipai was the grandfather of Sai Paranjipai. Of course, he is a senior wrangler. The statement is right or wrong? Yes, it is right. Sai's grandfather didn't take it seriously when she stepped on a book, isn't it? No, her grandfather became very angry and also asked her to ask forgiveness of the book, right? Then the statement is wrong. Then one of the Maharashtrian children's game is marriage of dolls. Yes, we have read it in the text. Sai Paranjipai was fascinated about this. Then it is the right statement. Yes, children, you have done it in a beautiful way. And also this can be seen in your text, page number 100. So once you have opened the page number 100, just you solve out all this. Then in the page number 101, you can see important events in the story are given in a jumbled order. Put them in the correct order. Now I am going to give you some statements or the sentences which occurred in the story. I will give you in the jumbled order. You make it in a order wise, right? Yes. Or here are the important events which took place in the story. I gave you in the jumbled order, you put them in the right order. Sai drawing the attention of the playmates, grandfather telling her to treat books with respect, the usual sight of grandpa and Sai playing together, the wedding of dolls, Sai is telling a story to her grandfather. Finished? Which is the first one? The first one is the usual sight of grandpa and Sai playing together. Then second one is Sai is telling a story to her grandfather. Third most important event in the story is grandfather telling her to treat books with respect. Then what is the fourth one? Sai drawing the attention of her playmates by telling the stories. That is the fourth important events took place in the story. Then wedding of dolls, that is also very important event took place in the story. So like this we have ordered it up. Fine, then let me go further. Yes, answer the following questions. How could Sai draw the attention of her playmates while they made fun of her? Very important one. Sai was a fat girl, so their friends used to make fun of her. She has been rejected by everyone. Her friends used to say she was not active and would make their team weak, but she drew the attention by telling the stories to her friends. How she has attracted? By telling the interesting stories and making them enact the roles as she directed. So everybody got impressed by her story. Then next question is, what fascinated Sai as a child? Sai was greatly fascinated by doll's wedding, a traditional game played by Maharashtrian girls, isn't it? Yes. Why is the word mother given within the inverted commas in the 16th and 17th paragraphs? Here mother refers to the little girl Sai. She was role playing the character of a bride's mother in a marriage of dolls celebrated like a real wedding. So, this we have seen in the text, right. Now, children, very interesting. Here I gave you a shape. Which shape it is? It is a circle. Yes, this circle is big, right. But I will give you one more circle. Now, tell me which is big in this, the first one or the second one? Yes, of course, the second one. So, how to say this in a sentence? This circle is bigger than the first, isn't it? The first circle is small and the next circle is bigger than that. Then, now tell me, the third circle is bigger than the second one. Then how to say this in sentence? I have to compare with first and second. Yes, you can. This circle is the biggest of all the three. Look at the words I underlined in the below. Big, bigger, biggest. This is what we are going to learn today. That is what? Degrees of comparison. Big, bigger, biggest. How to use them in a sentences? How to make degrees of comparison? That we are going to discuss today. Degrees of comparison are used when we compare one person or one thing with another. In brief, I can say degrees of comparison are used to compare one person to another person. Let us see degrees of comparison. What to compare? Degrees of comparison words may be adjectives which describes the noun, adverbs which describes the verbs, right children. Then degrees of comparison, there are three types of degrees of comparison. The first one is positive degree, second one is comparative degree and the third one is superlative degree. Once again we will repeat for you, there are three types of degrees of comparison: positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. Yes, the positive degree, what does it mean? The positive degree gives us information. Keep in mind, positive degree just it gives the information. How? There are some example: pretty, green, smelly, small. She is a pretty girl. He is a small boy. It gives just information. So, it comes in positive degree. The comparative degree always compares with another one. How? Look at the first one, ant, and the second one is cockroach. How it is compared both? The ant is slower than the cockroach. Look at that. Here compared between two objects, athwa compared between two things here. Yes. Example one more for you, the comparative degree. The comparative degree is used to compare only two things, my dear children. The bee is smaller than the bird. And let us go to the third one, the superlative degree. The superlative degree is used to compare three or more objects, people or places. If it is just giving the information, then it is the positive degree. If it is comparing with another one, comparing with two, then it is, yes, it is comparative degree. Then when we compare with more than three, it is superlative degree. Look at that. The ladybug is cuter than the fly, but the grasshopper is the cutest of them all. Look at that, ladybug and the fly is compared with the using of cuter, but the grasshopper is the cutest of them all. ಅವು ಮೂರನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಗೋ ವಿತ್ superlative degree. One more example for you. The yellow butterfly is prettier than the blue butterfly, but the pink butterfly is the prettiest of them all, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, to make comparative degree and superlative degree, we have some rules. Here we have safe, wide, tame has positive degrees. To make them into comparative and superlative degree, we need to follow some rules. How? Just you need to add R and ST to the words that end in E. Look at that, safe, wide and tame. All those words ends with E. The words which ends with E, you need to in the comparative degree add R, and in the superlative degree you have to add ST, like safe, safe or safest, wide, wider, widest, and tame, tamer, tamest. This is the rule number 1. If the word ends with E, add R and ST. Right. Next example, large, larger, largest. Then we have tame, tamer, tamest. Fine. Rule number 2, if the word ends in Y, look at that, tidy, happy, lucky ends in Y. Okay, agree. Then change the Y to I. Yes, I have changed it. In the comparative degree, in place of I, tidy, I have added I. Yes, I did it. Then add ER. Yes, I added in the comparative degree, tidier. Then add EST in the superlative degree, same thing. Remove Y and add EST. So, tidy, tidier, tidiest. Happy, happier, happiest. Lucky, luckier, luckiest. Like this, there are many words which changes into comparative to superlative. So, make a list of them. Fine. Next, example, heavy, heavier, heaviest. Then dirty, dirtier, dirtiest. Then 5 plus 1, it is easy. Comparing to 5 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is easier. Comparing to 5 plus 1, 3 plus 1, then 1 plus 1, it is the most easiest, right. So, here is the comparison easy, easier, easiest. How easy, right? Yeah. Rule number 3, when the word has a short sound, big, hard, sad, it has a short sound, the last letter must be doubled. Look at that, big, it has a short sound. I am doubling the last letter of the big, I mean G. Look at that, in the comparative double G, in the big superlative also double C. Bigger, biggest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Sad, sadder, saddest, right. Big, bigger, biggest. Wet, wetter, wettest. Rule number 4, when the word has one syllable, smart, black, cold has one syllable and ends with two consonants. Look at that, smart, RT ends with two consonants, black, CK ends with two consonants, cold, LD ends with two consonants. Then add ER and EST to the comparative and superlative degree. Smart, smarter, smartest, black, blacker, blackest, cold, colder, coldest. How easy it is, right? Rule number 5, some words do not follow the rules. They do not obey at all. Who are they? Good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, much, more, most. For them, no rules at all. Example, good, better, best. Then rule number 6, words with 3 or more syllables get more and most before the word. Look at that, words with 3 syllables, beautiful, interesting, expensive has more than 3 syllables in it. So, for them we need to make comparative as more beautiful and in the superlative degree we need to add most. So, it will be more beautiful, most beautiful, interesting, more interesting, most interesting, expensive, more expensive, most expensive, fine. Dangerous, yes, B is dangerous. The second one, crocodile, more dangerous, but comparing to 2, the third one is most dangerous. Yes children, till now we have discussed the degrees of comparison. Now it is the time to test you. Let me check. Choose the correct form of the word. Let us see. Cats are dash than mice. What can be big is there? Dash biggest. Easily we can say bigger. Why? Because look at that, here comparison between 2. When it is comparison between 2, you can say in a blindly method, that is comparative degree. Cats bigger than mice. Dogs are dash. Look at this sentence. There is no another object, so it is just giving the information, so it can be in positive degree. Dogs are tame. Then look at this. Birds are cute, bunnies are cuter, but cats are the dash pets. Look at this, birds, bunnies and cats have been compared. So, when it is compared with 3, so it should be the superlative degree. Yes? Fine. Butterflies are dash than grasshoppers. Butterflies and grasshoppers are only 2 things it is compared. So, butterflies are prettier than grasshopper. Then lions are dash than spiders. Absolutely, lions are more dangerous than spiders. These are all the comparative degrees we have seen. Now, I am going to give you some home assignments. Please do it. Yes, here is the first question. How was Sai able to win over her friends? Then second one, what surprise awaited Sai one day as she came back from school? And write all these questions and show it to your subject teacher. And complete the task of page number 106 and 107. Here in the page number 106 and 107, there are some comparative degrees. So, please try to write it in your textbook itself. Yes children, I am Balaji, assistant graduate teacher from Haleyalnadu Hiriyur Taluk, Chitradurga district. Thank you. See you again in the next class. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Anudina ಹಾದಿಯಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ